Good morning, everybody. This is our astrology forecast for the 14th of July, 2025. And we have got the moon in Pisces today, making a couple of different aspects. Saturn is officially retrograde, backing up, and that means we are on a guilt trip for a few months, working through our ideas of commitment. What are we married to in different aspects of our life? What is it that we want to tether ourselves to for whatever reasons? And we're looking at whether or not those are good reasons. So Moon in Pisces today does bring an underlying theme of guilt or compassion, neediness, wisdom, all inclusiveness, romanticism, delusion. Depends on your relationship with Neptune and spirituality, transcendence, all that business. So we're working through layers of idealism and unconditionality. The false love that we pursue in Pisces, the ideal, before we've worked through our own fracturedness, is extremely painful and is associated with escapism. So there's a few aspects going on that can bring about a bit of a heartbreaking day, or a day where we can achieve more transcendence when it comes to getting out of heartbreak or getting out of longing. Again, it depends on where you are in the individuation process, what the particular themes are for you. So, Moon in Pisces does make a good aspect to Jupiter because they're in trine signs. And this is something that can bring us some amount of comfort, bring us some amount of padding, perspective that we're going to need because we have the moon in a square to Venus and we're filtering through what it is we want versus what it is that we need. And this is a rough theme to deal with because the issues of safety and issues of desire can be really divisive. On the one hand, we want softness, comfort, safety. And on the other hand, we want satisfaction. We want physical fulfillment. We may not find all of that in one place, person, situation. And then we're going to have to look at what's most important to us. What can we not live without? What can we go without? What's not able to be compromised? How are we settling? Sometimes settling in one or, in a certain aspect of life is absolutely what is the practical solution. And other times we better not settle because in that particular case, what it is that we're dealing with, whatever the problem is or the issue, if we settle, we're just going to end up unsatisfied and gripey or sad later. So it's a complex day where we're filtering through a lot of emotional issues and a lot of issues related to obligation and choice. With Saturn going retrograde for the next months and Neptune and it coming back into Pisces, this is the last few months of the the divine feminines that have been called to the path of the high priestess. These are the last few months here of working through the last stages of the twin flame journey that began in 2011 with the first wave. So there's a big wrap up here and subsequent waves over the next years into 2032 are also going to come into inner union, and maybe that will result in external union. Maybe it won't. The point is wholeness. The point is inner union. The point is integration. So we get the point over the next few months, and we can have a lot of awakenings about what the point of it all, the heartbreak, the purging, the longing, the unification, the wisdom. We get it. We get it. You may not get what it was you thought you wanted, but that's because we look through our illusions related to what it is that we think that we wanted. Because that was related to the false self and layers of trauma. And we come into acceptance of what is good for us, what is whole, what is purposeful, what is divine.